Could you tell us about why the homeless outreach team was started?
I think that as a community, we saw a need for resources other than law enforcement involvement. And so, although we are often called for services, criminal justice isn't the way to handle homelessness. And so, we really started to look at options aside from citations and arrest, and how do we get individuals attached to the services they need.
It used to be where I'd see guys drunk on the street, coming from the mill side, so going to the mill side, so just up and down the street. They have a relationship with us, with the homeless people. Good relationship where they buddies, they friends, they'll pull up on you, ask you, are you all right? I've seen changes, within the police force. They're more helping you than harassing you, The police refer the breach than any other shelter in the city of Milwaukee. So that's one thing that, that I've seen that I liked.
The police does a lot for us and also members, and they have an homeless outreach team. Their officers are trained to deal with homeless people and the way that they handle them. They bring them here instead of taking them to jail, writing them a citation. They bring them to repairs of the breach, and they give us a little background. A lot of them know the members by name, by first name, and know some of their problems and things that they're dealing with, whether it's a mental issue, whether it's a domestic situation while they are homeless. Give us that background is so important, and for them to have a relationship with the person before they bring them here, and instead of taking them to jail or giving them a hard time, they release them to us, and they trust us that we will handle them with care and find resources to help them move forward in life.
There's an individual that ended up getting jumped and beat up, had significant medical issues, was taken to the hospital, and he was using a walker when he was discharged and couldn't get into a shelter when he was discharged from the hospital. So he was kind of walking around the streets for a week with a walker, fresh surgical scars, and he came walking into our office, and he knew me from previous contacts where I had dealt with him on the street, and he felt comfortable reaching out to me and had the rapport, and we were able to immediately connect him with resources, get him in programming, talk to him in this moment, and found out that this all kind of started because he went through a bad divorce. Kids got taken away from him. He started drinking. Drinking caused him to lose his job. Losing his job caused him to be homeless. And now he has all the other problems situated with that. Once we got him into programming, I ran into him a couple months later. I hardly recognized him. He's clean. He hadn't had any alcohol since we dropped him off. This biggest smile on his face that you can imagine, and he gave me this hug, and we were both in tears practically, because it was just, sometimes people have to reach that point, and we can be there to help connect them with right resources.
How important is repairs of the breach to the team?
I think that community partners like Outreach are very instrumental because the government can't handle everything. We have limited resources like everyone else. And so having that community engagement and partnership is just instrumental. So when we're able to refer an individual to those services, again, it keeps them diverted away from the jail system and able to get assistance.
How much influence does repairs of the breach have for the community and the people who come here?
I think it has a big influence, especially with our collaboration with different organizations, faith-based organizations, individuals, period. We provide opportunities for them to come here and meet our homeless members, and our homeless members to meet a larger part of the community that they might not come encounter with, and that we learn from each other. And we commune with each other, and we find out at the end of the day, we're all just human.
So how can the community help the homeless outreach team?
thinking about education, educating ourselves and educating the community, contacting resources, donating to organizations that are community partners. All of those things really help us help individuals in the community. So that awareness and just having a spirit of tolerance, understanding for individuals, I think is going to help further the agenda. So if we can get the community to understand that this is a social issue that needs to be addressed and not stigmatized, then we can definitely have more progress in getting individuals help, and they'll be more willing to participate in that process.
How can the community help the homeless?
I think the same it's going to come into play. Is just that if you see an individual and you want to help, try to reach out to organizations that are advocates. And so instead of passing judgment, instead of scorn, say, how can I reach out and help this community as a whole? And so reaching out to partners, reaching out again with educational opportunities, volunteering in the community, all of those things really help out. And like I said, it opens up the opportunity for people to get assistance because they don't feel judged.
So what can we do to help repair the breach?
Well, you can learn more about us. Anytime you can go to our website, www.repairs.org. There is a button that you can click for monetary donations. We take in-kind donations. We have a clothing bank that we give away every Saturday. The homeless members can go shopping for free. Also, we have emergency clothing and seasonal clothing, hats, gloves, boots in the winter time, things such as that. And we always post a needs list. We're on Amazon. You can always go on there and see our Amazon needs list. If you don't have time to pick it up and drop it off, hey, order it and send it to us. To show a kind gesture or to do something for homeless people. What can the community do?
Don't judge and help us. Donations, whatever you got that you can give it to us. And I guarantee you'll be blessed for it. Guarantee you.